Hello everyone! Hello replay viewers, thank you so much for watching tonight. And hello catch viewers! Catch viewers, if you want to watch live and participate with me live, and all of us that are here live, go to Periscope and download the app and look for Penguin and Fish. And we are here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Thanks guys for watching. Hello everyone! We are going to continue Scrap Star by Corey Yoder. We have these little pieces cut, there they are, and we're going to sew that center together, and we're going to cut more pieces for the outside. I'm going to flip you guys around, and we'll get chatting. Hey there guys, happy Monday! Thanks so much for being here. So again, we are going to continue this block. So this was a pretty intricate block. And I was reading through the instructions yesterday and just getting super overwhelmed with how many pieces to cut and all the little bits and holding it together. So we decided to just start at the middle. So I am cutting and then sewing right away from the center out instead of cutting and doing everything all at once. So I think I'm gonna break it down into more manageable bits, and so far that's been going okay. We are gonna continue with this little center area here. So alright guys, if you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we create lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer as well, and I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. There may be a few hiccups this week, and I'll tell you probably about that more tomorrow, but I may miss Thursday's block. So I might start Thursday's block on Friday, but we can, I'll have no more information tomorrow about that. But anyway, we will flip this around and get going. You did it all today, and now your brain's drained from doing this whole block. I mean, it's intricate. This is a tiny block, remember. This block is only about this big, so all of that's got to fit within there. All right, so I'm going to flip you guys around. We'll get going. Let me know what you guys are working on today, and it sounds like a few of you have done this block already, and you guys thought it was pretty intricate too. All right, I'm going to flip you. All right, here we go. So we got all these sewn yesterday, these little inside pieces. So now we're gonna sew these together and then sew the top and the bottom together. Yeah, oh, and for your blocks in Australia, your Thursday, you actually get the blocks on Friday. Okay, well that's what we'll probably do here as well. We have a friend coming into town. Here, I'm going to go right to the sewing machine over here. So we're going to sew these two pieces together and then these two pieces together. Oh, painting, that sounds like fun. I need to get painting again soon. But we have a friend, it's my brother from Alaska. Well, he's not from Alaska. Well, I guess he is now. He is working on a ski hill there. But his girlfriend is coming into town and she'll be staying with us for a few nights. But I think we'll still do the scope with her here. Maybe we'll all join the scope together. I think that might be kind of fun. But on Thursday, when the block comes out, we are watching a friend's play. So one of John's friends, I think I can butt these up together. I'm going to try that. My husband's friend is in a play, and we're going to go see that on Thursday. Does she craft? I'm not sure. I think she might. I think she's kind of an up for anything sort of person, even if it's crafting. So we're kind of talking about it, and I think we might try and set up so like her and my husband and I can all be kind of crafting here all at once. So maybe I'll bring the embroidery back out. You know, I've been putting this together and now I'm not sure. There, I've got to sew on this seam here. So that could be fun. Haven't done that before. A multiple person sew along or craft night. Relax and craft. All right, let's give this a go. There, I get nervous. All right, there's the one. Now these two go together. I can almost match these seams up because they're ironed the opposite direction, so I think that's gonna be helpful. My finger will get stuck in there. Yeah, it's nice having the little stiletto. When she said on the left, I did all the flying geese backwards and had to take them apart. Oh no! Oh, that's not fun. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that when I get that far. I'm hoping to get that far tonight, the little flying geese that go around the outside. But we have to cut it all yet, because I didn't cut any more of this block. Yeah, usually I cut everything all at once at the beginning, but this one I just thought, I better go a little bit at a time. I'm getting a little thread stuck in here. There we go. Yeah, so I have to cut all that yet, so that takes a little bit of time. All right, let's see how we did here. Oof, that seam does not look great. I should have maybe done that on the paper. This is that really gauzy, here, let me turn this off. This is that really gauzy stuff, and look, I got, oh, let's focus you. There, I got kind of a wrinkle in there. Hopefully that'll kind of ease out a little bit when I press it. All right, I'm not quite sure I did this in the right order, so let me just check. Yeah, it's so teeny tiny. All right, that's right. Okay, that goes there. And these, wait. That does not look right. Oh, did I screw this up? Or does this go this way? Hold on a sec. Oh, you know what, guys? I think we screwed it up. Or not we, I think I screwed it up. I think this one's supposed to go outside. Ah, well, I guess we're... Oh, wait. Okay, and I'm, like, way confused. Let's look at the picture. Oh, this one's wrong. This one has to go up at the other angle. So is this one. Maybe I just have to go like this. But then my things are different than what they're going to be. I think I sewed... I know, I think I sewed... I think I was supposed to sew these two together, and I sewed the other one instead. So, that might be what we're doing here now. Oh, wait a sec. There, that looks like something, right? Alright, I think that's our pinwheel now. I sewed the wrong side. I was supposed to sew this and this one together, but I sewed this together. So these are actually flipped now, I think. Am I right? Did I do that? Is that what I did, guys? Because now this is the only way that I'm seeing, like, the pinwheel thing now. So now, I mean, I'm going to just keep it. We're going to move this one over here, and this one's going to go up here now. Oh, that's what I get, I suppose, for chit-chatting. All right, I'm going to scooch over, and we'll press it. Trying to have the brain not focused exactly what I'm on. And you guys remember last night, it took me like 3 times, every single time to swirl this around. So I mean, I need help keeping track of this, is clear. But I think we're still good. All we're doing is moving one thing to another thing. We don't have to redo it yet. So that's good. We're adapting here. All right, get that seam. I'm not sure I opened that all the way. Okay, getting that pressed. All right, now I gotta look at this again. Wait, yeah, like that. Okay, press to the patterned fabric side. Ooh, the starch, the fig from Soak, the flatter starch from Soak, smells really good still. All right, there. Ooh, this block is a little curvy too. I think we'll be okay though. We're just gonna keep going. Our last block was all about accuracy. I think I'm not. I know this block needs a lot of accuracy, but. Okay, wait, see, look, I'm just confusing myself. There we go. Like that, and then this is gonna go here, and this is gonna go here. And I think we are still good then. But the last block, block 12, we really focused on accuracy, and this time, clearly I'm not doing as good of a job, but I think we'll be fine still. All right, so now we sew the bottom to the top. Now this one I gotta make sure to sew the correct side. You know, really I should probably straighten this out and everything, but you know what, I think I'm just gonna sew. We're going back to just sewing. I think we'll measure the whole unit when we're done though, instead of these. So okay, these go together. Yeah, these seams will nest too, so that's good. Okay, this is the seam. You quit your Splendid Samplers. I quit of my Splendid Samplers. You'll have to tell me more what you mean. I think the fun thing is that if you find a block that you like, you could just keep doing that one block and not do any of the other blocks. If it's too much to do all these crazy little ones. All right. Stiletto. Let's let you help me line up here. Okay, here we go. All right, now here's where I want to kind of match up this point the best I can too. I want to sew right through there. I'm not sure I'm completely matched up. Let's get the needle down. See if we can butt these up a little bit more. Okay, I think we're good now. I just want to feel those seams kind of merging together. Okay, now I need to aim for this point right here. That's where the corner is. Ooh, it's really thick here too. I used a paper tip on this one. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to start doing that because this one feels funny too. It feels like I got bunched up again. And if that's the case, then yeah, I'm gonna start using paper for all of this, I think. And I know we have some triangles coming up for the flying geese. So for those, I might want a little piece of paper under. All right, let's peek to see if oh, the seam looks okay. Let's see if I did this right this time. Okay. So that looks decent enough. I could, in theory, probably sew a little closer to the point. I think I could get in there a little bit more, but I think I'm gonna press it. You see, you can kind of see it's not quite all perfectly centered, and a little bit sewn a little bit more would probably get it there. But I want to press this open first and measure it because I don't want it, if I sew it together a little bit more, it's going to be smaller, and I don't necessarily want things to be smaller. So we'll press first and check second. All right, moving you guys around tonight. Okay. This one we press open, so I'm going to just press it to one side to get it started. There's a lot in the center here, that's for sure. There's a lot of bulk. Not room much for error. I had to eke in some. Yeah, that's what I'm a little worried. That's why I'm like, well, maybe the point's not going to the center completely is going to be okay for the sake of having a block that's the right size. There's a lot of bulk in the center here. I'm wondering if I should have clipped my triangles a little bit more, the little dog ears on them. Ooh, right there's a lot of bulk. All right, I think we're gonna do the one side and I'm gonna rotate it. Yeah, there's a lot of bulk. Yeah, definitely a block to take your time on, I'm thinking. But it's gonna be really neat when we're done here too. I'm excited to. I'm excited that at some point I will have completed a block this intricate. How about that? I haven't really done a lot of pieced blocks like this ever, so that's this is like I'm learning it just a ton. Okay, so there we are. Not perfect points in there, but you know what? We're rolling with it at this point. So let's see how big this is. Let's see. I think it should probably be, I think it's supposed to be a 2.5 inch square because I have to sew these to 2.5 inches. So that would make this a 2.5 inch square. Does that sound right, guys? This is 2.5. Yeah, I mean, we're really close around the edges. You know, it does look like we could sew a hair more there, but I don't really want to risk it. I mean, it's less than like a 32nd of an inch, so I don't think I want to risk it. The sides look decent. I think I'm gonna trim this and call it a day on the center here. I think that's the plan. Man, my ruler's really rocking on the bulk of the center of it though, so we'll have to really hold it down. Let's just trim. Get some nice edges in there. All right, there we go. And I want to do the bottom yet too. I know, right? I know. I always have to get quiet when I cut because I'm like concentrating so much so I don't chop my fingers off. Okay, I'm getting on that center line there again. That square over there. Oh, we're pretty good over here, actually. This little edge here is clipped a little bit, but in general, I think we're pretty good here. Yeah, like this angles in just a hair, so I'll just have to remember that when I sew. I could probably press it out a little bit more, but I think we'll just leave it. Okay, scraps. All right, back to here. So, oh, you know what? I'm gonna give that one final press. It's a little wobbly in there. But that's all measured and ready to go, and now we can trim, or not trim, we can cut our next bit. So I'm gonna put these to the side for now. Let's keep them in order though. This one goes here, 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 here. All right, you can go to the side. You can go here. All right, so now we need to cut, I need to cut these other white squares, which are going to be the same size of these. So I need 4 of these, but in that white with the dot color. So this fabric here, oops, not that. This fabric here, I need 4 of these. What are these? These are 1.5 inch. I think I had a little one. I think this is 1.5 inch. I can't get 4 out of those. We'll cut new. Okay, and then I also need these, the letter E things. So that's these 4 corners and then these 4 rectangles. So let's look. Color E, I need 4 rectangles that are 1.5 by 2.5. So that's these. And then I also need 4 1.5 by 1.5 squares. So 4 of those. So I need 4 1.5 inch squares of the E and 4 1.5 inch squares of the F. So I think I'm going to cut both of those first. All right, so let's try and do it as a strip. So how much is that? This times 4, so that'd be 4 inches, 6. So that'd be 6 inches. So I need 6 inches at least by 1.5, and then we'll cross cut them. Does that sound like I'm speaking the right language here? I hope so, because that's the plan. Yep, okay, good. My math kind of gets a little funny for me late at night. Let's move all these tools out of the way. Okay, so we did starch this a little bit yesterday. Let's unfold it. This is kind of a rather big piece of fabric. Okay, let's flame it out over here. Oh yeah, I can feel it. This is a little starchy yet. Yeah, I think this is where we starched it. Let's see, is there a little area that I could get 6 inches out of? Maybe here. Let's get my 6-inch ruler. Yeah, I think we'll grab it out of here. So I'm gonna just press this and I'll lay this down and then we'll get that fabric E out. So let's press this quick. Oof, it smells good still though. I mean, that's a good reason right there to use starch, or a yummy smelling starch, is it just smells good. I mean, a whole day of sewing in a sewing room with that starch, and oof, your sewing room would just smell the best. Okay, so this area here we got, and then this is that other fabric. So I haven't sprayed this yet, so maybe I'll spray this down a little bit. A smelloscope, yeah, for sure. Oh, have I used this at all yet? Yeah, I did use this once. I must have cut a full strip because this looks like a pretty decent piece without any cuts in. I'm going to spray it down with some of the flatter. So here's, again, I'm using this flatter. It says on here that it's Leaves fabric, sleek, soft, and aesthetically. Wait, where does it say? It says something about that it's not like starch. I don't know. It smells good, that's what I know. Oh yeah, you might be feeling real good if you're smelling this stuff all day in your sewing room. All right, I have no idea how much of this to use, and it doesn't say, and this is my first, time using starch really, so we're just spraying a bunch on. How about that? Oh, I like it too. Isn't it kind of fun? This is another one where it just looks like someone just took a pen and just kind of drew all these little things on. It vibrates a little too because it's so contrasty. Kind of hurts my eyes a little bit, but I love it. Where do you get the flatter? Best Press says alternative starch. Oh, so maybe it's like that. I got mine at a trade show. You can do a Google search for it, Soak. Let's see, where's the brand name? Right there. So this is... Ooh, it doesn't want to focus. This is the brand right here, S-O-A-K. There we go. Oh, so Soak Wash. Soak, SOAKWASH.com. Yeah, Craftsy and Amazon will have it. Though it's stuff I'm using, they have a lot of different products. So Flatter is the name of their spray. Oh, see, here's what it says. A starch-free smoothing spray. So, whatever that means. Maybe it's not even starch. Maybe I'm going crazy on this stuff that isn't even starch. Who knows? I still want to get some of the starches that you guys have been recommending. There's the Niagara and the Best Press, I think is what I've been hearing. So I'd kind of like to... Oh, the selvage is right here. It's very, very barely visible. I don't want to use that. So we'll trim. I think I might use a little... Yeah, I'll just use this ruler. What do we got up here? Oh, we're pretty good up there, so I'll use that top. Okay, 6 inches ultimately, and past the selvage. We'll line it up kind of on the edge of these leaves so that the pattern is at least a little bit accurate. All right, so I'm going to I could just trim those off. Well, that's not what I'm gonna do. All right, let's get another ruler. I'm gonna do the 1.5 here, and then we'll cross cut it. So I have a little extra with this 6.5 inch ruler. Okay, let's make sure I'm getting it on the half. Yeah, that looks good, right? 1.5. Following that line down, I think we're good. Okay, ooh, that doesn't feel quite butted up against there, but I think it is. All right, here we go. All right. Then I just need to curve. I need to trim this little edge down here. I didn't really do that. I think I'm gonna just trim it quick like this. There. And that scrap can get out of the way too. Alrighty, out of here. Fabrics. Oh, I actually need you more later though. So first of all, we're getting the 4 squares out of here, right? 4 1.5 inch squares. So let's get a good straight edge. I think these are overlapped enough. Yep. Okay, let's get this one. I kind of like this guy right here. Little 4.5-inch ruler. Okay, that looks good. Flip that around. And we'll get our 1.5ers out of here. Ooh, I like using the little one though. Let's use this. 1.5. There we go. Alright, so let's separate these guys right away. We're using those for different purposes. Those look kind of fun together, maybe. They're like little leaves. Little petals almost. Graphic petals. There we go. I keep wanting to go on that 7/8 line, or the 7/8 line, because we had to do all those 7/8 inch ones. So I gotta double check myself right before I cut. Okay. 1.5. All right, one more, and then we gotta still do more cutting. We need the rectangles of this one. And one thing I didn't think of is that this is kind of a directional print. So some of our things are going to go one way and some are going to go another way, and we're just going to have to deal with that. So like some corners might be like this and some might be like this, and I mean we could do all the corners like that, but then the center areas, the rectangles, some might be like this and some might be like this. Maybe we'll do opposites. So the ones that are this side of the corner will go this way with the print, and the ones that are this way for the corner will go this way for the print. I don't know, we'll see. Let's get them cut first. So here are these 4. Let's get those out of the way. I think we're done. Oh no, we're not. I was thinking we're done with the light colored, but I forgot. We got all this border yet on the outside, but again, we are waiting on that. So I will cut all the border stuff once we have this whole center area finished. So I'm gonna wait on that, but we will be using that dotted purple one again right here. So we can't put it away permanently yet. All right, but these we can have out of the way for now, and then these ones we need to cut more right now. So let's check what that is again. It is, we did those 4 rectangles that are 1.5 by 2.5. Okay, what do we got going on here yet? So 1.5 by 2.5. I wonder how long this is now. So 2.5 times 4, so 2 times 4 would be 8, and then the halves would be 9 and 10. So, all right, so we need 10 inches by 1.5 inches if we're gonna do it this way. So I wonder if this is 10 inches yet. Let's get this guy. Great, so we can use this bit here. That's awesome, but you know what, I gotta press it first. Did I spray that side? I wonder if I sprayed down here. We'll spray some more. How about that? I like it. It smells good. I'm probably a little too close to it. I'm thinking this is a thing that you should be like, 13 inches away or something, like a spray paint or something, but I don't know. Oh, it smells good! All right. So here, the selvage is stuck down here yet. It's barely visible. So I need to trim that off, and then I'll just kind of cut a 1-inch strip, I think. Okay, again, let's kind of get it. Oh, see now here, the edge of this guy is still, oh, you can't see. The edge of this is still on the selvage, so we gotta scooch it over a hair. A little bit more than what we were doing earlier. The print I think is a little crooked on it. All right, we're gonna go right down the middle of these. I think I'm off the selvage here. I think we're fine. Ooh, I moved a little bit though. All right, we're scooching over a hair. How about there? I don't think this print is straight at all, so we're not going to worry about it. All right, that's good enough. All right, let's get our other big ruler out. So again, we're doing 1.5. There's our half. 1.5, that looks pretty good. Match up the ruler, we got a little bit of fabric stuck up there. So let's match this up again. Okay. Can you tell I'm nervous about this whole cutting stuff? I feel nervous. This is always my least favorite part. All right, let's give it a go. Okay. That felt a little funny, but I think we got it. Woohoo! Oh, thanks. Thanks, Jill. All right. 2.5 inches out of this guy. So let's get an edge first that we like. This guy's 2.5 inches. We can just use this. All right. Get an edge on that. Much better cuts than yours. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you guys can see that yet. Okay, 2.5 inches. That is the size of this ruler. So I'm going to just match the end and align. I'll have to try one of those smaller rotary cutters too. That was another thing that we were going to try. I got to make an Amazon order soon here to get all those things. Okay, that looks good. So I'm definitely happy that I have broken this up a little bit instead of cutting all this. We would have been cutting all day yesterday and all day today, I think, if we just did all the cutting all at once. So this way we get to break it up and sew a little bit. I feel like I accomplished the first section by doing it this way, and then I don't have, my my little centerpieces hovering all over the place. Okay, last one of these. It's gonna be so pretty though. Zoop. Alrighty. Woohoo! I think that's that, guys. We have all our pieces again. Oh yeah, I think it would have been confusing too, cutting it all at once, for sure. Okay, so let's just line all this up again, how it's supposed to be. So this guy's gonna go here. Let's have him going up, kind of like that. Whew, those vibrate, don't they? They're kind of crazy. All right, and then we have these corner blocks, but those we'll put in later. I don't think we need these quite yet. And then we do the triangles up here. So this will go like this, and this is where I got to make sure that I do them right too. So I'm gonna have to pay close attention. Wait. Yeah, that's right. That's a flying geese. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do those around right now. So we're gonna scooch these guys out of the way. We don't need them right now. And now we're just doing all these flying geese. So let's figure it out. So I'm laying it out so I know it goes bottom to top. This one goes bottom to top. And let's just rotate all these as I go. I think this one goes with this. So bottom to top and bottom to top. So we're gonna just rotate that. So I know I gotta go like that. And this one, oop, nope, he goes there. This guy goes here. And this guy goes here. Angled to the middle. So there, like that. I just gotta remember that. Top is wide, bottom to the point. And then these, this one goes here and here. So there and there. Okay. Are we okay? Does that seem like my logic is still there? I think we're good yet. Okay. So I guess time will tell now. So now I'm gonna sew these two pieces to that. This is my favorite block you've done so far. Oh man, it's because I'm just so flummoxed the whole time. All right, that can go to the side. These match up, and we're going like that. And this is where I could draw my pencil line on again, but I think we're going old school again where I just kind of aim. So we're gonna go like this and aim. I think I'll check postage. Oh, I missed that. All right, let's give this a go. I think once I have the dark side ones on, it'll be okay. So I think I'm gonna do all the dark sides at once, and then it'll be easy to know where these go afterwards because I'll know the angle already. And we gotta trim them all first anyway. All right, let's get the next one ready. Flip. We're going from here out. So there we go. I'm a visual learner, this helps, so that's good. I am so, let's get the stiletto again. I'm so a visual learner too. My dudes are flying all over the place. All right. I don't know where the blue stiletto is, so here's a cute orange one. The blue one ran off my table somewhere. It's still on the table, it's just under fabric, I think. Flip and trim. Oh yeah, wait, Ed. Yeah, so, this is where, remember I was saying a few times ago how my mom told me while we were at the ski resort place to press them before I trim the seam allowance so that, it deflects negativity? Oh, that's really interesting. That's why I found it. That's what I needed it. But to press the triangle down before trimming, because then I can use the rest of the square as a guide to where to press it. And I thought that was a great idea. So that's how I'm doing these little flying geese things now. Okay, here's this one. All right, amber deflects negativity. I like it. Okay, we're just aiming for the point here. All right, and one more. Okay. I bet you guys can just hear my brain going, like I stopped talking for a second, then it's like, okay, what angle do I put this at, and is this the right, am I turning this right, and okay, double check this and that, and the other thing, and okay, this is the last one here. Again, it'd probably be more accurate if I drew the pencil line on, but oh well. I thought it was a motor running, exactly. Oh no, where'd my scissors go? Here we go. Snip. Okay, let's check these guys out. Turn this off so you guys can see. I think they're gonna be really cute. This is where we get to start seeing the fabrics come together. It looks like my tension is getting a little funny. I think we'll see how it goes when I press it out, and I don't know, maybe for tomorrow I'll have to check the tension. How's your bobbin doing? I know, Kathy, that's what I was just thinking. Oh wow, this one is crazy off. This one I'm gonna have to redo. Look, it must have gotten caught when I did it. Look, it curved all in crazy. So we're gonna have to redo that one. So that one I think I'm gonna full pull out. You know what? Why don't we check the bobbin while we're here? I think that's kind of where we're at this point. Things are catching kind of funny. Oh, something caught up here. I wonder if this is caught on something. Oh no, it doesn't seem, because like sometimes it'll grab on like a hook, like it'll be caught on something on top, but it doesn't look. It looks together. Oh, you know what? I don't think it is. We got caught in the middle here. I don't know. I don't think you guys can see, but right in here, it's caught funny on it. So that's what's been happening. It's been pulling too much at the top. So we're gonna rethread the machine here. And you know what? While we're doing that, let's do a bobbin check. It's been a while. I'm a little nervous. Oops, we're still connected. Connected to that ender. Yes, if you run over, no problems. Oh. All right, so we don't have a lot, but we have plenty for this block still, and probably for another block or so. So I think we're fine there. It was definitely, I think it got caught right in here, got twisted around a little bit, so it was pulling funny. But yeah, so I think we might be fine with those other ones, but this one for sure will seam rip and do that one again. Boo, people! All right. Keeps you in check, though, I suppose. Yeah, it was definitely caught. Oops. I still got it caught. Alrighty, there we go. Now we're looking better. Na, na, na. Ah, can't thread it. There we go. Oh, I think I just unthreaded it. Nope, I got it still. Can you guys hear the music? If not, I can make it a little louder. How many of your guys' machines have this side load versus the top load? I kind of like the side load like this better, just because I'm so used to it that I always feel weird when it's that top load kind. Yours is side load? All right, there. That's feeling better here now, people. Okay, let's get this guy going again. You both kinds? Your old one did, not my new one. Top load, side load. I wonder if there's pros and cons for them. Do any of you guys know anything about that? Is it just like this brand wanted to do this and this other brand's technology wanted to do that? Or is there, I wonder if there's actually something important about one or the other. That sounds like a research project. Mine does. I'm glad your machine doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Nope, mine has 0 bells and whistles, for sure. It's pretty dang manual and pretty solid, though. Didn't like the top until you got used to it. Now you love it. What makes you like it more than the side now? My side was a Kenmore. Oh, funny. Yeah, this is a Kenmore. Top is a Singer. I have a, I think it's a Singer. I have like a super cheap machine embroidery sewing machine and like a Singer something or another, and that's a top load. So I'm getting used to that a little bit. Top for you. I know this isn't probably the most efficient way of picking my seam out, but oh well. Much easier to put the bobbin in. Oh, clear top. Yeah, that's true. The clear top's nice. Maybe you don't have to crouch to load it. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I suppose it's much easier to load it. Like I had to take off this whole junk to get into there. That's true. Whereas a top load, I bet you a top load's newer technology because of that. They're like, this is crazy. Why are we loading it to the side like this? Let's load it from the top. Genius. You like the clear top? All right, we're gonna do this differently. Concentrating. All right, there we go, guys. Don't give up your old machine ever. No, I won't. And especially, this was my mom's old machine too. I've actually dropped a very heavy shelf on it and cracked the top. It actually dented the top in, and it was shaking and all this stuff when I sewed with it. And I brought it to the sewing machine guy, who's awesome, and he pounded it out, and it fits. The cap fits on it better now, so it doesn't rattle all over the place from me dropping the shelf on. But the pounding out of the dent cracked it a little, so it's got a crack on the top, but it works perfectly again. I was looking at pads. That thing doesn't even need a person to sew. Oh, I gotta check that out. That was a post that she did, right? I didn't check that out yet. All right, let's sew this in a straight line. All right, well, there was a little break for us. Oh, it's still wanting to jump to the side like that. I wonder if this is a paper thing. You know what? I might take this out already. It's still wanting to do that jump to the side. So I'm doing the paper trick again here, guys, because I don't want this to jump around anymore. Yeah, see, I started again, and it jumped out there. All right. You know, it's a simple flying geese scenario, and, you know, it's like when all you want to do is print out a document and because you need it for a meeting in like 5 minutes, and then the printer breaks. That's kind of how these flying geese are going right now. Okay, we are putting paper underneath it and calling it straight. All right, I did bring a piece of paper out to have on hand for this, so I'm gonna just tear a little. Needs toner, I know, right? All right, now it's gonna work perfect, people. Let's get our starter and ender here again. You know what? We're starting a new one. This selvage is gonna be our new thing. It keeps eating the paper. There we go. Okay, this is where the point is, not over here. Machine. Oh, it just doesn't like the yellow. Look, now it's getting caught on itself. Jerk butt. You're getting in there. There. Is the other corner still down here? Yeah. All right, let's see if this worked. Wow, it just really, look, it bunched it all up there. Jerk butt. That is like I must say that like 800 times a day. Jerk butt. All right, so It did squish my corner a little bit, but you know what? At this point, that's all gonna be in the salvage, so I'm saying you're done for me, yellow. I had to sew you 3 times, and with paper, you're done. I'm not picking you out again. Alright. Let's hope that I sew that in the right position. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, let's press these guys. Sheesh, people. Alright, let's move these out of the way. You yellow jerk butt. Yep. Yellow jerk butt. I'm gonna call, every time I say that now, I'm gonna proceed with yellow at the beginning of it. Okay. He's getting pressed first. Alright, so this is where I'm gonna leave the, I'm not gonna trim this yet. I'm going to fold it and use it as a guide for my pressing. There we go. I'm glad your 3-year-old started watching. Sorry, guys! I suppose if it's just jerk butt, that's not as bad as what I could have been saying, I suppose. So now these ones are the ones where the top was too tight yet, but I'm hoping that by pressing them, we'll kind of let the seam loosen a little bit. I don't want to sew it again. These are all a little bunched up. I'm hoping that this will take care of it. I mean, it is technically I probably should redo all of these, but we're not. We're gonna fake it, and it's gonna be just fine. Goose 3, Alyssa 1. All right, ooh, get down there. Okay, here's this guy. And who's next? Yeah, see how wiggly it is? Has anyone checked who follows him? I had to block a jerk butt. You know what? Who follows you on, oh, see, look, this one did it too, but you know what? Oh, well. On Periscope, I check every night now before, or when we get done here, I click through my followers, and there's always a couple, you know, naked people at the top, and then I block them. And but now I check every night now, though, and sometimes before I do the scope here, because when I go live, I don't want it to be called out to them that I'm live. So yeah, I have to check. I have to check now. Yeah. And I was thinking about that, like, I was thinking, like, okay, if I had, you know, let's just say that I had to do, like, a ton of those. Like, let's say I had, like, 1 million followers or something. Like, some people have a ton of followers. And let's say they have an assistant. If that was your job as the assistant to go and block, you know, naked people all freaking day long, I was just thinking, that's probably illegal, like having, like forcing them to look at that stuff. You don't need to check me, I've got clothes on, awesome. I haven't scoped yet, I'm nervous because of the trolls. Yeah, one of the big things to do, all right, I'm gonna trim the seam allowances now. One of the big things is to not turn your locations on, and that will help. But if you see some that come in, if you touch their comment, and then you can click view profile, and when you see their profile, you can delete them. Your titles are super tame too. Yeah, not like double entendres or anything. That can get them on too. You know, I'm kind of paranoid that I'm gonna cut the wrong thing on this now too, just based on how things are going, but I think we're okay still. Okay, we got half of the flying geese going. Yeah, look here. Here, let me focus you guys. Here, this one curved all crazy like the other one because it was too tight, but I just kind of folded it a little bit earlier, and we're just leaving it at that. This one I could really probably redo though too, but we're not gonna. We're in the good enough zone. We're in a world that, you know, it's not gonna, you're not gonna know the difference. Okay, so let's just double check. This goes here. All right, this guy goes here. Here. Oh, good, we got a little bit of that red in. I was hoping we'd get some red. And this guy needs to be pressed again, I think. We'll just leave it. Okay, so there we go. Got the start, we got all these guys in. Wow, that's really subtle. It's more subtle than I thought. I think it's just because this is really kind of crazy. I don't know, we'll see. All right, now let's do these the other side of the half square triangles. Or let's see how we're doing on time, actually. Oh, you know what, guys? Well, it's late. That took a long time for me to fix the machine and everything. So I think maybe because of how things are going, we should do the other half of these flying geese tomorrow, I'm thinking. But we got a decent bit done here today. I mean, considering how small this block is. So we finished up this little center area, got these guys started. Tomorrow's gonna go awesome, and then we'll get these on. I think we'll be able to sew this entire middle tomorrow, because we'll just do the other flying geese. We don't have to cut out anything. That's what takes a long time, is the cutting out of things. And then, let's just throw these guys in again. Then we'll sew all these little bits together, and we'll have a center block by the end of tomorrow. That's exciting. So here we are. We got, I mean, that'd be cute just like that. It was the yellow's fault, I know. Yellow jerk butt fabric. All right, so then these guys will go here. There. Magic. Shimmy, 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 and then it's done. That would be nice. All right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and say goodnight. Hey there again, guys. All right, the block is coming along. I think we'll get it going. The center area, I'm happy we have that done, and then we just, we'll finish sewing that center piece, and then we'll have to cut again for the rest of the border. And I think we might run into the next block before we're done with this one, but that's okay. Then we'll have 2 blocks that we need to finish yet. I'm still working on the embroidery on mine. When our friend is over on Wednesday, maybe I'll work on that. Oh, thanks. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. We'll be working on this again, and, you know, bring your questions. I know this block is a little more detailed and stuff, and, you know, I'm figuring it out too with you guys, but it does help by doing something visual. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and thanks again for being here. I will be here again tomorrow at 9:30. See you there. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for being here again.